Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. An XRP chart analyst says that we may be in store for 17 cents per XRP. Now, he also does lay out a path for the bulls, but bottom line is we may be seeing 17 cents per XRP before we see the next rally. That's an opinion again from an XRP chart analyst. So I'll be running through the specifics on that, but we also have in this video a bunch of opinions from other chart analysts, mostly about XRP, some about Bitcoin, of course, because undeniable truth of life, XRP is indeed tethered to the price action of Bitcoin. And so, as many of you know, if you've watched more than one of my videos, my channel mostly covers news and provides analysis as it pertains to the XRP ecosystem. This video is more about price and chart analysis. Now, I don't know how to read a chart, and you don't have to either. In fact, I have no interest in learning. I always state this. Maybe I should stop stating that. That's probably a grind in somebody's gears out there. You say that every time you make one of these videos. Okay, I hear you. So, but the bottom line is, I just want to share in a video like this opinions from, it's basically a collection of opinions from chart analysts without getting into the specifics. So, I'd say, if you don't know what the hell a MACD is, if you think that Fibonacci is a new Italian restaurant just down the street, if you think that when a chart analyst talks about a wedge, he's actually talking about cheese, well, my friend, you're in luck. This video is tailor-made just for you. You don't have to know a damn thing about tech or technical analysis to enjoy something like this. So let's go ahead and hop in. But before we do, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, where we'll all be eating at Fibonacci's for dinner afterwards. Go ahead and meet me there. All right, so the title of this piece from you today is Ripple's XRP price could regain bullish momentum after reaching this crucial level, says crypto trader. According to cryptocurrency trader Eric Cho, Ripple's XRP could revive its bullish momentum if it touches the 26-cent point. This level is seen as pivotal for the third biggest cryptocurrency by market capitalization to eye bigger price gains. And so here's the full tweet from Eric Cho. Bearish scenario for XRP. We could potentially see 17 cents, 17 to 18 cents, if we continue getting weak reactions off of these support zones. For bulls, the level to gain, in my opinion, is back above 26 cents for me to lean bullish again on a medium time frame. Right there. Next here, I've got an opinion from Magic. Now, I got two tweets from him. The first one was from earlier today, about 12 hours ago, but the second one is an update to this. So I'm going to read both. And Magic, he's got quite a following. He's got like over 69,000 followers on TradingView and over 30,000 on Twitter. So anyway, Bitcoin has broken down below the primary symmetrical triangle in blue. However, it's consolidating above an alternate support level in pink. If the pink trend line is lost, selling could accelerate. And here's the image that he has associated with that. And look at all these MACD Fibonacci's on the screen here, and you can see the wedge MACD Fibonacci right there. So that points to perhaps bearish action incoming right there, obviously, right? Next tweet from Magic here. Bitcoin didn't close below the pink trend line on the 4-hour and is currently trying to recover above it. And that tweet was actually just from maybe 2 hours or so ago, something like that. All right, next, I've got a tweet from Patty Stash, and he writes this. The current setup for both Ethereum/Bitcoin and XRP/Bitcoin is real nice right now. Both look like they're about to make a pop. If they do, it should trigger this to push back towards this red line. The red line is all that means anything, in my opinion. That and alts rally hard. And so here's the chart that he has associated with this. And so Patty Stash is the one I cover him pretty frequently. He's really very active on Twitter. And it's always interesting to hear his take on things. But he's probably, from my perspective, out of everybody that I follow, he's the strongest proponent for the idea of alt season coming. Not a specific timeline, but it's going to come. In his mind, it seems like a virtual certainty, perhaps sooner than later. And I just think based on fundamentals, like I probably stated in my last video, but it's just, to me, even from a fundamental perspective, nothing has changed. Not a whole lot anyway. There's still tons of volume around all sorts of coins, even if a bunch died after the bear market of 2018. So to me, it's just like TikTok. Let's wait and see what the heck happens here. Here's a tweet from Woosen now, XRP/USD. And here's what he wrote. Still bearish on the short term, and then parentheses writes days. Bullish all the way in the long term, and then parentheses he writes weeks and months. And so he's got several charts here, but he writes, the first chart equals bearish structure plus targets for another bear break. The good news is a double bottom on the weekly chart can be the honey spot. So potentially downward action incoming, but we shall see here. Now I've got an opinion from another chart analyst. Here I'll read both of them. There's really two tweets from Enigma Machine. One of them was a response to somebody else on Twitter. So here's the first tweet, and the first one was from December 9th, so just the other day. And then the other one's from today. So the first one states, here is my Bollinger Band analysis. See what happens each time the bands start to pinch together. Volatility follows. It pumps up or down. It pumps up or very nicely when we have bullish divergence on the RSI, which is lower lows on price and higher lows on indicator drawn in white line. Okay, and so somebody named The One Thing responded to that, beginning to believe that TA doesn't apply to XRP. We just need one big news to send this to the stratosphere. We've gone past 7 golden crosses, 8 triangles, 6 bull flags, mate. And I would like to say on the concept of technical analysis not applying to XRP, I take a more nuanced approach to that. It does apply, but here's the thing. If Bitcoin sneezes, it's all out the window. So yes, chart analysis can work to some degree. Technical analysis absolutely can, but it's just an undeniable truth. Like I always say, XRP absolutely follows Bitcoin, as does every other cryptocurrency on the planet. Now, I don't think it'll stay like that. I'm highly confident that one day XRP will dethrone Bitcoin in terms of market cap to become number one based on all knowledge available today. Unless, and again, of course, I always reserve the right to change my opinion as new occurrences develop. For instance, if Bitcoin, say Lightning Network worked and Bitcoin actually gets adopted and there's real utility there beyond just a store of value, that might change my opinion, something like that. If people start using it as money, but I still don't think we're anywhere near that, by the way. That might be one of the last use cases for crypto ever adopted, just the idea of utilizing a cryptocurrency, any cryptocurrency, instead of fiat currency just for regular purchases. I just think it's a fraction of those in the world of crypto that actually use any cryptocurrency in place of money. So we're just nowhere near that. But anyway, Enigma Machine responded with this tweet. Bitcoin dominance has been so high that if it dumps, then so does everything else for the most part. XRP is still in a bear market. The golden cross everyone started playing out, and then Bitcoin dumped. XRP Death Cross played out extremely well if you were shorting. All right, next I've got an analysis from Crypto Kenny. And he writes, eyes on XRP. And he's got his chart right here, and the tweet associated with it reads as follows. Looks like it wants to go for the break. And so there seems to be, I would say, a lack of consensus among chart analysts today in the direction of XRP, but I would say it seems to me, out of everybody that I followed, today seems a little more bearish than bullish. That's just what I feel like I've read over the course of this afternoon. And then last here, this is a piece from Daily Hodl titled "Analyst Buys Bitcoin Says This Chart May Determine Path Ahead." All right, crypto analyst Scott Melker of Texas West Capital says he just bought Bitcoin and believes the leading cryptocurrency is now targeting, quote, much higher prices. Melker says he's being extremely cautious and added a stop loss tighter than an undersized Speedo. That's a quote, tighter than an undersized Speedo, to ensure he quickly exits the position if the prediction doesn't play out. And here's another quote now. Straightforward for me at the moment. I want to see Bitcoin hold these two support lines. The horizontal one is from the inverse head and shoulders that everyone was watching. I don't think Bitcoin will be boring for long. I bought at $7,330 and I'm looking for much higher prices. Next, I have the pleasure of sharing with you an opinion from Tone Vase. Obviously, XRP's biggest cheerleader, right? If you're familiar with him. Oh, he just loves XRP. No, he does not. But he's talking about Bitcoin here. Meanwhile, veteran trader Tone Vase is expecting one more big move to the downside before a renewed rally. And here's a quote from Tone Vase now. I give Bitcoin approximately a 60% chance that we will go below $6,500 before we go above $10,000. It almost has to be before, because if we got to $10,000, I will then give it maybe a 5% chance we will ever go to $6,500 again. So I still anticipate a final low before the halving. Now that low will probably be higher than $3,000, but it's still possible that the low could be lower than $3,000. How high is that probability? No more than 20%, which is still quite large if you ask anyone in the crypto space. And say what you will about Tone Vase. I've talked about him on the channel more than I'd like. But he just ends up in the news. Like, what are you going to do about it? Anyway, say what you will about the guy. But he's not the only one with this idea of the price going down, one more big drop before there's any sort of like major because to me that's a major retracement, but just the concept of that happening before you really start to see the next parabolic run up. And in terms of timeline, he did state there that he's looking for that before Bitcoin's halving, which would be in May of next year. And I don't know, lots of people think that may be the case, so we'll just keep on watching. I don't know. But all right, so let's go ahead. I'll wrap up the video, but let's you and I and everybody else go ahead and tweet it out. We're going to be, after the video, meeting at Fibonacci's for spaghetti and lasagna and maybe some cannelloni. So it's going to be a killer time right there. Just spread the word on Twitter. We'll be eating at Fibonacci's. But I'll see y'all guys there, all right? But that's it for this one. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!